Hey guys, Rochelle here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So I did something that I did not think I was going to do. And I'm really happy that I did it. I changed my mind. So some of you might know what deck this is. I said I was not interested in it, but I changed my mind. And that is the bum 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 the Ritual Tarot by Tierra May. And so I got this a couple of days ago. And oh my gosh, if you're ordering it online, it comes super fast. Well, at least to me it did. I think from the day that I ordered it and to receiving it, it was like 2 days that I got it from Etsy. So here's the top of the box. I will say, I wished that it had the, thumb holes. But I just have to remember not to put it on. Although this is not actually a bad fit at all. Some of them, where they're too tight, you like sit there and try to get it forever when they don't have the little thumb holes on the side. But that's a really cool, like, sigil. Ritual Tarot. That's really cool looking. I like the box a lot. Copywritten 2022. And you can go to her website also at tierramay.com. And it's printed in Italy by Ludo Cards. I wanted to also say something in regards to this. I had mentioned that it was an expensive deck for me, and what was it? One of the hashtags I was talking about it. Maybe it was 21 questions hashtag. But anyways, when I had talked about why I didn't want to get this particular deck is because I felt like it was expensive for me and my tastes. But the more and more I watched other people using this deck, and given the controversy around it, I was thinking, I really want to support this artist, because I think that what went down was kind of crappy. And I feel like the tarot artists are also part of the tarot community. And if we're supporting one, why wouldn't we support? Anyways, I don't even want to get into all that. But so I wanted to support this particular artist, and I wanted to give it a try. And the more I seen other videos showing these cards, the more and more I was like, you know what? Maybe I want to try it, because it looks kind of Greek to me. And I've heard people mention like Egyptian, but this feels very Greek mythology to me. And with getting ready to do that Greek mythology study, I thought this would be beautiful deck for pairing with some spreads and stuff that we might end up doing for each one of the different topics that we study in that group. And I think it would look really cool with the Hellenic Oracle, which is another reason that I wanted to do one to begin with. A study, that is. This is the title card, which is cool. I really love the backs too. The backs are really friggin' cool. That is one thing I really did like. Even though I said that I wasn't drawn to the artwork. So I did edge this, but I think I'm going to take like ink or something like around the edges and make it look like more like antiqued. I'm not 100% decided, but I'm thinking I might do that. So I did end up putting these all back in order because I had them all blah, 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 blah. And I also did that for a reason. When I got it out, I looked through it, and some of the major arcana are a little bit difficult at first glance in order to figure out what they are. I mean, you really can if you study them a little bit closer, but some of them, like, I don't know about this one. I mean, you can see the dog, right? And, yeah, you can see the cliff. But you got to look really good at these cards. And that's kind of a good part of it, because the closer you're looking at the artwork, you might be able to get something new every single time. So I'm kind of leaning more towards like wild collage like this, because normally I'm not attracted to this kind of collage, but I think it actually is going to push me to expand myself a little bit more, because you could see something different every time. And what I did was, because the major arcana, these are not, there's no titles or anything on them. So what I did was I marked in the corner for each one of the major arcana. Some of them you can see, some you can't. Down here. But the beautiful thing is, and I didn't realize this, these, I used ink, I used like the Aztec markers that I have. I accidentally did the Lust card wrong, but there's one of the markers that's in there, and I didn't realize this, that you can erase these with. So even though I put it on there, I was able, can you even tell that there was anything there? And it was large. I think I had 8 for this one as well. And so I erased it. And I cannot even see it. I can't tell that it was ever there. So once I get to know all of these really well, I'm just going to erase them. I'm just going to erase them. I thought that was excellent. So anyways, let's get on with this walkthrough. Oh, and it comes with this beautiful, lush, like velvety bag. So there's the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess. I really love this one. The Empress. This is the Emperor. The Hierophant. I really like this one too, the Lovers. I got an extra card, and this is what she gave me from the original. And that's the Chariot. You know what? I need a sip. I have me here some fat-free, or sugar-free, I should say, double mocha cappuccino. Yummy, yummy. I swear, this is what I drink. I don't drink really coffee anymore. I have a little bit of a tickle in my throat, so I wanted to drink something. That's Strength. Here's the Lust card. And the Hierophant. I love that there's also the planet in here. Like a, is that a standing stone? I can't really tell. It's very cool. And then a mountain in the background, the third eye open on his forehead. Oh, his brain, exposing his brain. That's pretty cool. The Wheel. That's just so wild. Justice. Oh, I'd say that's Justice. The Hanged Man. Death. Temperance. Definitely interesting, isn't it? The Devil. Wow, look at that tower. The star. This is a weird one for the star for me. Moon. The sun. That's really cool. Judgment, sorry. I'm just like thinking in my head, I'm like, I bet you this is going to look good with the Hellenic Oracle. World card. How beautiful. And we've got our wands, our Ace of Wands. I will tell you, I did not really have a whole lot of problems with these suits, though. They're pretty easy. And when in doubt, just count the damn rods, count the knives or swords, you know, and that'll help you. The biggest issue with not knowing what some of these are is just the quartz. But even those are not difficult. I like that perspective. I like that one too. That is really cool. I like that she uses different kinds of wands or spears, rods, whatever. I like the landscapes that are in this. So this is the page or the princess. Let's see how she... I like that you also, in this book, you have like a big old page. So if you want to even get a little bit, you know, closer look at everything that's in the majors, you can. Because it's, you know, a full page size. But then you have like the full, like, suit between the pages. Yeah, princess, knight, queen, and king. And there's really, oh yeah, the meanings are on the next page. Simple but sufficient, right? So that's the princess. And the knight. You can see the horse there. This feels like Nefertiti to me. It might very well be. Maybe this is Ramesses. Then we get into our cups. This actually feels more than just Roman. This feels, or I mean Greek. This feels Greek. It feels Egyptian. It feels like even if I can speak right, other cultures as well. I don't mind the cardstock either, at all. I think there was something about, you know, being mindful about how you shuffle. But another thing that I wanted to talk about was, You know, one of the things that we have talked about in the tarot community is like where we are getting like all of our paper, and like how conscious, economically or ecologically conscious are we? And I think one of the reasons that this was also more expensive is because the paper where she has it printed, I think this is all recycled, if I remember right. And I don't know if she put it in the front of this. I'm not sure. I think I read it right on Etsy. And also, it was free. In the I'm not sure if it was free for other people, but in the US, it was free to ship to me. So, I mean, that's normally $20. So you take that off of the cost of shipping, and it's not quite as expensive of a deck as what I thought it was. Because I easily pay that for shipping from other places. So I do like, when I was putting this back together, I had no problems putting it all back in order. The biggest problem I have was with just a couple of the major arcana. So like I said, after I really learn this deck, I can erase them, which is pretty cool. I think I'm going to grab my Hellenic Oracle and see what it looks like with this. I bet you it's going to look kind of neat. We have our Queen of Swords. That dagger is really cool. And our King of Swords. And then we have our Pentacles. Love that. Three of Pentacles. So I'm pleasantly surprised that I changed my mind. When I received it and looked through it a couple of days ago and was edging it and looking at all the cards, I am happy with my purchase. And I'm also happy to support a artist. And she worked on this for like 2 years. The creation of this took like 2 years. What is that worth? That's worth a lot. You know, when it comes to people talking about transparency and deck creators and how they're using their money and all that, well, let me ask you, your job, is it my business to ask you what you do with your money? Are you paying your mortgage? Are you paying for your credit card? Any product. Do we ask any person that makes a product, well, I want to know exactly how you come to the price that you do, and I want to know how you're spending all the money, blah, 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 blah. Why is it that people feel like when it's a spiritual item that they need to know more? Why? That's one of the things. I feel like that is like a Christian, like, ideology that you shouldn't be making money off of your spiritual stuff, and you shouldn't be charging for tarot readings, or granted, they don't want you charging for tarot readings or doing them per se, but that any kind of spiritual stuff should be free and just give. Well, we live in a capitalist world, okay? And that means there's a money exchange. So if you don't have money to pay your rent, you're out on the streets. So anyways, people need to make $1, or they can't make things like this. And if we're going to be spending money, I prefer to spend it on art. I think art and music and things like that are what define our cultures. So I don't have a problem with it. I love that it gives versatility of choice because it has become so mainstream. And the fact that we might be less likely to be burned at the stake again. We hopefully won't go into the burning times again because we read tarot cards because it's become so mainstream. So, you know, that's just my thoughts on it. Which I was not expecting to do with this walkthrough, but there it is. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I am happy that I changed my mind. She does have these available, at least the last, when I purchased it, she had them available. I will put a link to her Etsy shop. And yeah, thank you for spending this time with me, and I'm sending you love always.